Hey guys, it's Paige. Welcome back to my channel. So I've officially been home for 1 week. As I mentioned in my last video, I didn't head straight home once I left London. I actually stopped in DC for a little weekend trip, and then I flew into Chicago on that Monday. So for today's video, I thought that I would just chat with you all a little bit about how the first week went and how it's been being back so far. If I'm being completely honest, I actually cried the first 3 days straight. I know my parents are just like, what are we gonna do with this girl? My family tried to comfort me in the best way they knew how, but yeah, your girl was just going through it. And I want to say, like, I don't really feel like the tears were coming from like a place of sadness or regret. You know, that's the word. It wasn't coming from a place of regret or doubt. Because I feel like if someone offered me a free plane ticket right now and said you're gonna head back to London, I don't think I would want to take it. So I was really trying to, sit with myself and try to understand like where these emotions were coming from and what these emotions meant. And what I've come up with so far is that I really just feel like it's a release. It's a grieving process. It's letting go. It's kind of just like letting everything out. But yeah, I just feel like there's so many emotions around a move and a major transition. Even when you know that you're doing the right thing for yourself, even when you feel, confident in your decision, it's still emotional, it's still overwhelming and all of those things. So yeah, after those first 3 days, I've been fine. But a week from now, I might see my friends out on Instagram in London and cry again. Who knows? Hopefully not. I just keep reminding myself that I can show myself grace throughout this experience and that it's only been a week. It's only been a week. So I'm going to be patient with myself and allow myself to feel all of the feels. Besides all that, it has been really nice being back, just being around my parents again. And surprisingly, my brother ended up coming home a couple days after I arrived, and he's actually still here. He's leaving tomorrow. So I've gotten to be around him as well, even though that boy's gonna get on my last nerve. I do enjoy having him around. So yeah, the four of us have all been under one roof for the first time in a long time, and it's been really nice. My brother's gonna be going back to his apartment in Washington, DC tomorrow, and I will be staying here. I'm no longer visiting. I won't be returning back to London this time. So of course that's gonna be an adjustment for everyone. And I know my parents are excited to have me here, but I'm still, like re-entering their space that they have had to themselves for the last 4.5 years. It's gonna be fine though. My parents and I get along really well, and I'm just, once again so grateful that they're allowing me to kind of use their home as a pit stop, on this journey as I, navigate and try to figure out my next steps. Speaking of my next steps, I thought that this would also be a great opportunity to kind of share with you all what my plans are moving forward now that I'm back here in the States. So as many of you all know, I have been self-employed since I moved to London, and I've been doing digital content creation here on YouTube as well as on, all the other platforms full time. But along with this transition back to the States, I'm also planning to transition back into the corporate world. Doing content creation full time has been so amazing. It's been such a dream. And I don't plan to stop creating content anytime soon or ever. But as of right now, I do think I want to stop relying on it as my full-time income. I've been feeling like this for a while. Self-employment, it can be very up and down when it comes to money. And I am just looking forward to having a little bit more stability and security in my life, which is something that I feel like I've said to you all over and over recently. And that includes in my career, in my work life. And on top of that, it can feel like a lot of pressure at times to have your income dependent on, how much of your personal life you're willing to share. And I'm sure you all can understand that without me going into it too much. But at the end of the day, if I want to make money, if I want to be able to pay my bills, I have to upload, even when I'm not feeling my best, So yeah, those are just some of the few, reasons around that decision. I am, of course, praying that I land in the right role for me and the best role for me. where I can still, do the things that bring me joy, which are, creating content and working in social media. So those are the types of roles that I will be applying for. But I, of course, plan to continue uploading my own content over here. And I'm hoping that this change will actually put, some of the fun back into it that I once had. So yeah, pray for your girl. I know this job market is wild right now, but I am optimistic. I am hopeful that it's all gonna work out and that I am going to secure the best professional role for me. So yeah, my first priority now that I'm home, number one, applying for jobs like it is my full-time job until I secure one. And along with that, another huge goal for myself now that I'm back at home is to really put my health and wellness first. If you all have been watching for a while, then you may know a little bit about the ups and downs that I have experienced with weight loss and fitness and body image and all of the things surrounding that. At one point I lost a lot of weight, and that was actually what this channel was focused on before I moved to London. But then I started to realize that I had a bit of a unhealthy relationship with food and fitness, and I spent a lot of the time that I was living in London working on that and going to counseling for body image and intuitive eating and just trying to break a lot of the bad habits that I had developed. So I feel like I have come such a long way with that, and repairing my relationship with food and my body, and that took a lot of unlearning and relearning and things like that. But now I think my main goal is to kind of try to find the balance where I'm not so restrictive and obsessive, about everything I eat and, working out and all of that, but still making my health a priority. So yeah, I think I really want to start documenting that journey here on this channel. Our physical health and our mental health definitely, rely on each other a lot, and they kind of go hand in hand. So I'm definitely going to be putting a lot of work into strengthening both of those. I've already signed up for my new gym here, and I really like it. Done quite a bit of shopping and bought some new appliances for cooking. I bought an air fryer. Y'all, I have wanted an air fryer for so long, but I really tried to avoid buying big appliances while I was in London because I knew that I was going to end up having to sell them. It would just be too heavy to try to ship back here, and then it would have the wrong plug as well. It just never seemed worth it. So as soon as I arrived back here, I purchased an air fryer. I also have an Instant Pot now. My dad actually purchased it a year or so ago and never ended up using it. So now it's mine. And I'm just really excited about trying new recipes and, having fun with food. So yeah, there's a lot to come on that. I also would really like to take you all along with me as I kind of rediscover my hometown. I'm from the south suburbs of Chicago, so I feel like my life is going to feel a lot slower than it did in London because, everything was just always go, 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 party, 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 event, another event, another event. And I think slowing down is going to be really good for me right now, just to kind of try to get back on track. But I will still be downtown and in the city every now and then, hanging out with friends and doing fun stuff. That's never gonna stop because that's just me. I always have to have a little bit of excitement and fun in my life. So yeah, I'm gonna be sharing everything with you all, throughout this process. It really is, a process. I honestly don't know how long I will be in this house with my parents. I don't know how long I'll be in this city. It could be a few months. It could be a year. I don't know. I'm really hoping it's not longer than a year, but we're just gonna keep praying to God that the path kind of just reveals itself and, my next steps become clearer, every single day. My future employment situation will obviously have, a major impact on where I end up living. So I really will just have to see how that goes as well. I'm honestly just figuring it out as I go, y'all. As you can see, I still have boxes behind me because I haven't even really attempted to unpack yet. I think I was kind of fighting it originally. I'm like, why am I unpacking? I don't even know how long I'm going to be here, da 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 da. But you know what? I'm gonna unpack my things, and whenever it is time to go, I will just repack them like I did every year in London, pretty much. So it'll be fine. But yeah, y'all, I will keep you updated as usual. That's pretty much what's happening right now. Make sure you're following me on TikTok if you are on there. because as I mentioned before, I'm doing a little bit of a homecoming diary series over there. The thing is, y'all, with all of this going on, when I feel like I should be freaking out, when I feel like I should be scared and, all of these things, I still feel, such an overwhelming feeling of peace right now. Like, I just know God's got my back. And I honestly believe, when you're walking in your purpose, when you listen to that gut feeling, which I believe is also God, you will be rewarded, and something was telling me that it was time to leave London, that it was time to move on. And it is kind of scary to take a leap and to move on when you don't really know what you're supposed to do next. I'm like, God, I can hear you telling me that it's time to go, that it's time to move, but can you also kind of give me a hint or a clue, about what's next? But my faith is strong, and I feel like whatever is next is going to be just as beautiful or even more beautiful than the last chapter. We're gonna be all right. And I think that's it for today, y'all. I've rambled on enough. As always, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.